Welcome back, you beautiful muscle machines. Today, we're not just here to pump iron, we're here to pump up that brain power too. Let's talk about something very, very powerful. No, not my biceps. Something even more essential. The power of transport across the cell membrane. Let's dive into the science of cells and how they keep those little nutrients and ions moving. Are you ready? 'Cause if you're not, you better be. Alright, so picture this. Our cells, they're like a heavily guarded fortress with a membrane that protects all the important stuff inside. But how do they let in the good guys, like nutrients, and keep out the bad guys? That's where we get two special systems: active transport and passive transport. Passive transport first. Think of it like when you're just chilling and letting the weight pull you down. Gravity does the work for you. No energy, no effort. Passive transport doesn't need any energy, just like you on your off day. This transport moves things along their natural gradient, from where there's lots of it to where there's less. It's like rolling down a hill, baby. Diffusion is our first example of passive transport. Think of it as oxygen just strolling into the cell, no permission needed. And facilitated diffusion, that's like if our oxygen buddy has a VIP pass. It goes through a protein channel to get in quicker. No energy needed here either. It just goes with the flow. Now let's talk about the heavy lifter, the powerhouse, the one that actually needs fuel to move things around. Active transport. Active transport is like lifting weights, baby. You gotta use energy. In this case, it's ATP, the fuel of the cell. Active transport doesn't follow the easy path. Oh no, it moves things from low concentration to high concentration, against the gradient. Just like me pushing these weights against gravity. This is what keeps the ions where they need to be, whether they like it or not. No pain, no gain, right? And to do this, cells use these special proteins. Think of them as mini Schwarzeneggers in the membrane, pushing and pulling ions and nutrients where they need to go. My favorite example, the sodium-potassium pump. This bad boy pumps sodium out and potassium in all day long. It's like the cell's very own bouncer. Now let's talk about what makes this whole thing possible. The double phospholipid membrane. This is the big barrier that surrounds our cell, and it's designed perfectly, just like my abs. So picture it like this. The membrane is made of these little guys called phospholipids. They line up in a double-layer hydrophilic heads on the outside that love water, and hydrophobic tails in the middle that hate water. They keep the good stuff in, the bad stuff out, and make sure your body stays as pumped as ever. This double phospholipid membrane is selective, baby. Only certain things get in. It's like the ultimate VIP club, and only the right molecules can pass through. Proteins in the membrane act like bouncers. Those proteins, some let things through easily. Others keep the riffraff out. If you want to pass, you better have the right connections. Alright, quick recap for all my future cell scientists and muscle maniacs. Passive transport, no energy required, flows down the gradient, just like you on your rest day. Active transport needs ATP, fights against the gradient, like lifting weights, only at the cellular level. Double phospholipid membrane, the ultimate barrier with hydrophilic heads, hydrophobic tails, and protein channels. It's selective, it's efficient, and it's the ultimate gatekeeper for your cells.
Know you've been a good friend.
Remember, if you want big muscles, you gotta understand the little guys that make it all possible. So next time you hit the gym, think of those cells working just as hard as you. And always remember, if it jiggles, it's fat. Get those cells pumped and let's make biology as strong as your biceps. Subscribe to Training with Starnold for more muscle, mind, and molecule knowledge. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a beat on your journey to total body mastery. Now get out there and lift some weights, both in the gym and in that brain of yours. Hasta la vista, muscle lovers.